Well, hello folks, welcome to the channel. I am the Custard Prophet. This is the ABC Journeyman. We're at club number 9, Coventry City, and you can see here, yes, in the last episode, we didn't quite get the result needed to overthrow Brentford. We drew our final game of the season, and in fact bottled it because we were in second and only picked up about 7 or 8 points in the last sort of 7 or 8 games of the season. It really wasn't the form that had propelled us into that position, but we still have a hope. We're playing Luton in the playoffs. I think everything resets. Let's see if we can get ourselves into the Prem, which has been a long time coming in this save. Yeah, folks, it's I think we're on almost 150 episodes of this save. As I say, we started in in the 10th tier of the English football. We had our ridiculous rules where we could only move to initially a club starting with the letter A, and then we kind of broadened that out. Every time we won a cup or got promoted, we added another letter to the clubs that we could move to, and now we're can move to, I think it's A to F. So it does open up a few Premier League clubs, both at the very top of the level where we're going to potentially be, and the bottom. At the end of this season, we'll have been at Coventry for 2 years. So if we don't get promoted, we have the opportunity to move, but we don't have the opportunity to extend the number of letters that we can, or the range of letters that we can move to. So that's where we are. Luton in the cup. I feel Luton are on a bit of a rubbish run as well. So you can see they'd beat Cardiff recently. They've had some good matches, but they've also lost a lot of games. These are teams that are around and about the top of the league, but they're not in the best form. We're not in the best form as well. We'll show you that. As you can see, this is how things have gone over the past 7 games. Yeah, so it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. Only lost 2, but you know, it's frustrating to not make the most of some of those games, particularly the likes of Preston, who were bottom of the league, Birmingham, who were bottom in the bottom 4. Yeah, so I mean, Bristol City, we should have won it, but you know, we got done by 2 really poor defensive efforts from our players, and that's not us. So let's go and play Luton. I don't know what's going to happen here, but I've got everything crossed. We're away first of all. And this is the side that's going out against Luton. We have Van Rijswijk up top, who has been the better of the 2 strikers. Effiong has... I don't think I'd want him back. Handley is finally back, which might be big. Because the left side, we were struggling to be creative. Now we've got Handley on the left, Leo on the right. I think both of those are absolutely awesome players. Land, Flint and Southam in the centre. Peters, Boyles, D, Hughes across the back line. I think there's a decent back line. And McCall in goal. So we'll see. Oh, we can't have... We need... We'll have to get rid of one of these players. So we've got Matheson, who can come on. I mean, do we do that? But Barjones, there we go. Barjones on the bench. Is he going to be the man to sort it out for us? Only he hasn't yet to score this season. Yeah, he's come through a fair few clubs from non-league with us when we were at Brackley. I think he's at our 4th club with us. He's not done amazingly, but he's scored some important goals. Right, let's see how we can do against Luton. Hughes into Leo. Nice, just holding a couple of them off. And they've got a Cull, and they've just with the right back running down this left side. With our right back, it was out of position, wasn't he? So it just had that little pocket to drop into. It's a problem. If we are slightly attacking, then we have to make sure that we don't do anything silly. Ball over the top. We're a little bit narrow there. Vile, and it's straight into McCall's hands. That's fine. Just need to hold on. Maybe get a couple of chances ourselves. Handley into Peters. Run down this left side. Handley inside to Van Rijswijk. Flint. Oh, it's a great ball into Land. Oh, no. What? He stopped it. Surely that's a back pass. Surely. Oh, come on. Well, I don't know about that. That seemed hugely dodgy to me. He put his foot on the ball. He stopped it for the goalkeeper. Here's Calderon. Bit of a worry here. And Boyle heads it out. They got a shot on the edge of the area. It's... oh, dear me. Cleared it. Off the bar, that was, though. But absolutely a back pass for my money. What do you think, folks? Struggling a little bit to get out of our half at the minute. And you just feel it's a matter of time before Luton score. And, well, poor defensive work there from Hughes. And, well, we got away with another great bit of goalkeeping from McCall. He's been a bit of a star for us. Probably right up there with the best signing we made last season. So what are we going to do here? Because we really do... well, first of all, we need to encourage the team because we're not creating much. I'm going to take the work the ball in the box off for now. Just see if we can get 1 or 2 shots away from distance. We'll put it back on if we start to get back into this match. But I just think we are struggling here with this Luton side. Locatelli, and hopefully it's not that one. Well, about 5 players converged on him, and we got away with that one again. I think, yes, I like the players trying to make the challenge, but when 4 players try and make the same challenge, it opens up a load of the opposition to try and score goals. So that wasn't the best. And you think that's probably a mistake as well from Luton. There was 2 or 3 players on the edge of the box who could have just rattled that one in the back of the net if they played it back to them. Well, it's weird. We've got to half time. We're 0-0 and really have created very little. We're struggling with the possession. We're not doing our usual stuff. We're losing possession an awful lot, and I just wonder whether the problem is I don't think we've got the players to play a different way. We just amp up the tempo a little bit and see how that works. There's things that we could do maybe in the middle of the park. We've got the likes of Rob Allen who could come on. He might create a little bit more, I think, but there's nothing really from anyone, which is, you just feel if playing like this, I don't see us getting through this. So looks like another chance there, but we're going a little bit longer here. This might be a mistake because it might just come back at us even more, but ball over the top. Here's Peters. A terrible bit of play from Peters. What is going on? Well done. Leo, it's out. Oh, it's into the goalkeeper. And I think that was a good tackle. I think we'll go cautious. And here's Leo. That's better. Through ball. Into Handley. Peters. Flint. Leo. Wow. Well, that is against the run of play. Leo scores. And we're 1-0 up against this Luton side, who, in all honesty, have been by far the better side. Well, Flint into Van Rijswijk. He's trying to control it. Into Leo. Oh, almost. But he's still got it. Van Rijswijk into Flint. Oh, come on, mate. A powerful strike. That might cause an absolute chaos. Allen and Durant are on for a very, very tired Handley and Land, who wasn't playing particularly well, but incredibly pleased to be 1-0 up at this point. We are getting back into this in the second half. It's been much, much better. We limited their chances, which is great. We're bringing Barjones on late on, who can just hold the ball up. He's not a bad player at all. Playoff semi-final. Barjones coming on. We win it. We win it. And given that I think last year's playoff semi-final where we lost but probably deserved a lot more, that's completely the opposite. We lost. We deserved probably to lose that, maybe 2-0, 2-1, something like that. But thank you to McCall in goal. Backline did very well. And yeah, Leo scored the goal when we needed it to. So if we can put up a good performance in the return leg, maybe there is a pot at the end of the rainbow for us there to get to the final. I don't know. Well, we'll take it, and I'll see you for the next game. I'm not sure we've got what it takes, but we will hope. We haven't scored a lot of goals in games against Luton this season, so we'll see whether it's just one goal that's needed. Don't know. Right, we're almost there. This is a bit of a fun one. Tom McCall is apparently been considered to play for England. I think they're saying that he could play for England if he wasn't playing for Coventry, and there are people wanting to come in for him. So it really shows how good this player potentially is, but I don't really want to lose him after just one season. The other news, in the other semi-final, Middlesbrough went through that one. 3-2 over 2 legs. They got a good 1-0 home win over Aston Villa, 2-2 draw away from home. So very nicely done. So this is it. We're playing Luton. Can we do one over the Hatters? We've got an injury, a couple of injuries. Harris and Handley and Samuel all missing the game. But Jones is back on the bench, and that's because Effiong can come back in. So that's fine because we're back on the sort of amount of loans. If we get this, if we actually get promoted, I know this is a long way away. I don't know how we're going to deal with it financially because we are right on the cusp financially. We just have no money coming in, really. We have a very, very small squad. We're reliant on loan players. Don't know how we're going to cope with that. But that is something to worry about if and when it happens. If we don't get promoted, I don't know how we're going to cope with that either because I think we're really struggling financially. We had the board put in £900,000 in just to keep the club running. So it's not like I'm overspending. We're well under the budget, but yeah, we're reliant on selling some of our big players. Anyway, same side apart from Durant is on instead of Handley. So let's see how it. Remember, it's Vidal in goal for the other team, who was our cracking goalkeeper at Bristol Rovers. 0-0 would be fine. Right, 90 minutes in, very, very tight, very little happening. Locatelli, if they could score early doors, that would make things a very, very worrisome. It was interesting for the neutral, but worrisome for everybody else. Very good play from Vidal. We know what he's all about. He's a great goalkeeper. His head's slightly concerning. They should have played it low. If he'd played it low into that goalkeeper, into the striker there, that was a goal, surely. It was a poor decision on behalf of the left winger there. Van Rijswijk does brilliantly to hold it up. He might not be at the club for much longer. And Vidal has to deal with that shot from land. See, he's currently got a bid in from Feyenoord. And I'm not sure. He's 32. I'm not sure we can hold on to him for much longer, or it makes sense to hold on to him for much longer. 36 minutes gone. Over the top from Felix. We've got an injury as well to Boyle, which isn't ideal. He heads it out. Leo, not convinced about those challenges, but we'll take it. Some good play down this side. It's nicely inside. That's a lovely ball, and it's in. Aiden Calder. It's 1-0. We're 1-0 down, and it's you can't really argue against it. They played pretty good stuff. We've not created anything so far. Here's Peters into Durant. Took his time to play the pass, which was the big problem there. Looked offside to me, but Boyle does excellently well, playing on one leg, but it's just holding on. I feel it is a struggle against this side. I'm just hoping that didn't go in. That's a foul, right? We've just changed it up a little bit in terms of just taking the short passing on, because if for some reason Luton, we seem to be struggling to hold the possession against Luton, whereas other teams we can do that. Luton seem to be on us much more quickly, want to get the ball away and not allow us to make mistakes at the back so much. Well, Effiong and Wilding have come on. The hope is we can just use those extra legs. It was mainly because Boyle is just absolutely shattered. So, well, that's nicely done. Wilding has made a mistake. Oh, it's in. It's 2-0 down. And we just have not been at the races in these playoffs. And it's such a shame. We're not out of it yet, but we've not created anything. We've gone attacking. We've put Matheson up top, gone 4-4-2. And McCall makes a mistake, and we have just fallen to pieces at the end here. Look like we might be holding on, but no. Conceded a couple of goals, and this is a disaster. Worst mistake that McCall has made in the entire season at a critical point. So, yeah, frustrating. We've not lost a game like this yet. This is probably our worst loss of the season. Just have not played, and we just look tired, very, very tired. So, yeah, Luton deservedly have gone through. And another playoff semi-final and another loss. We just don't seem to be able to play for the full season. Ah, dear. Falling away the way we did. And the fact we've got to the playoffs for 2 consecutive seasons and haven't managed to sort of get that one step further, that's very frustrating. But yeah, it is what it is. What can you do? We've tried not to. Yeah, there we go. It's all over. We're out. And yeah, you can't argue with that. We got absolutely demolished over the course of the game, over the course of the 2 legs, to be honest. We were lucky to be 1-0 up after the first leg. We really needed to play better, hold on to the ball better in the home leg. Just didn't really. And it was very, very similar match, but they were better in front of goal. So, yeah, frustrating. And the question is now, what next? Because, there we go. We'll have a look. So we're finished third. 2nd consecutive season we finished third. 2nd consecutive season we've been knocked out in the playoff semi-finals. So we can move on. We can move on now. I don't really. This really feels like a cool project to take on. But given what we're trying to achieve, which is to win the Premier League using within the remit of these rules, I don't think I'm going to do it at Coventry, and I think this could take 2, 3, 4 more seasons to actually get this side into the Premier League. I feel we might well go backwards next time, because if we lose, for example, Leo, and we can't replace him like for like, that's a big possibility. I think we will struggle. There's the board have no, they don't really care about Premier League football. They just want to stay in the Championship. So let's have a look at the jobs that might be available. We could potentially go in for a job if a Premier League job is around. We'll have a look first of all at the Premier League. So you can see here. So jobs that we could go for: Everton, Blackburn, Brighton, Chelsea, Arsenal. So that's 4 or 5 jobs that are available. Brentford are going up. So Brentford, if they lost their manager, we could take over at Brentford. It would be a bit weird because we did a Brentford save at the start of the season. So it would be like super. It would be a very sort of Brentford heavy set of FM this season. But let's have a look if there are any jobs available. There is not, but you can see here that Manchester City, the job at Manchester City, is available. So there could be a bit of a sort of managerial merry-go-round, which means that jobs do turn up. We don't know. Oxford and Swansea also available. Mark Van Bommel linked with them both. He's currently unemployed, 64 years old. Joe Hart is the manager of Brighton. So there we go. So if Joe Hart leaves to go to Manchester City, could we take over at Brighton? There's a possibility. Anyway, folks, all those things are up in the air at the minute. Because there's a few things changing on the channel at the minute. There may well be a few more episodes of this particular save, so hopefully those of you who are watching this will enjoy that. If you are enjoying it, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.